Good morning. Welcome to day 61 of the 100 Day Project. This is day 60 and 59. 59, we painted the papers and talked about the different types of papers, and 60, we did mark making on the papers. So today I want to take these papers and I want to make something with them. So I've got a few ideas out here that I'm going to play with. I probably won't make it all in today's video, but I would like to make everything that I've got out here because I want to. But if I can't get it all done today, which I won't, maybe we'll do the rest tomorrow. Let me show you what I've got. I've taken a piece of this paper. This is mixed media by Canson, 9x12, 98 pound. I've taken two pieces of this mixed media, 5.5 by 8.5, 90 pound paper, and I've taped off those pieces. So here's the large one, and here's the two small ones. And the reason they're taped this way, I used my framing mats, my little test mats here, and I want this one to fit in the larger one, and this one to fit in the next size down, and this one to fit in the smallest. I doubt I'll do these today, and they're set aside over here. Then I took out one more sheet of this paper because there's something I want to try, so I've got an extra sheet out. And then I have a canvas board that is 8 by 16, it's flat, and I have a tag, and I have some pieces of box. These are from a toothpaste box. I like to make my bookmarks out of these, so I've got a few of these panels, so I'm gonna use these. Instead of using it as a template, I'm going to use these actually as the bookmark. And then I have these two pieces, which are from contact lens boxes. I have all my papers from yesterday. I have a tote with other papers in it. This has some wallpaper in it. This is paper that came with some flowers that were given to me a long time ago. I love this paper. I've been hoarding it forever. This is some handmade papers that are in here. And then I have some frog tape out, and that's what I taped my papers with. This is what that looks like. And I like using this because it's easy to peel off. I sometimes use washi tape, and I have good success with that most of the time, but sometimes I don't. But on these particular ones, I use the frog tape. I've got glue sticks out. I have my black gesso, my white gesso. I've got my matte medium. Then I have the regular gel matte, which I use to put down heavier papers. And I have gesso if I need it. Liquitex or Artist Loft or Golden. And some liquid glue if I need that. I think that's it until I get far enough along that I decide I need something else. Okay, so let me get this cleared off and we'll get started. So here's my pile of papers, and I'm just going to start tearing out some areas that I think I would like to play with. And once I get something made, then shapes will start appearing and pieces will start appearing that I like. Then you can go from there. It'll build. These are just going to be kind of straight right now while I get pieces I really want. And this is the oil stick that we used. It's still drying. That's why I don't like to use oils. It takes forever to dry. So I'm going to get my thoughts in order about these, and then I'll share with you what I plan to do. I pulled out these three pieces and one of my bookmark pieces, and my table's very messy now, the background, so I'm going to put a piece of paper here, maybe make it easier for you to see. I'm just going to glue these down in a way that makes me feel good. I'm just going to use a glue stick, stick something underneath here to catch the glue. I'm going to go ahead and trim this, and the little scraps begin. So I'll put those off to the side and save them for later. Okay, this is the front side so far, and I'm loving that. I love these papers so much. I went looking for something that would inspire me for this, and I really was inspired by this piece of paper here. It's actually a piece of wallpaper. And the little squares just really got me, these little ones here. But I don't want to cut into this paper just to get the little squares. So I went to my box of papers and I just pulled out some things that inspired me that I could maybe cut my own little squares from until I'm ready to cut that big sheet. Because I want to cut that big sheet when I'm ready to use more of it than just those little squares. I'm not sure what I'll do yet, but that's what I did while I was gone. But before I do this, I want to flip it over and do the other side. And I picked out these here. I love working with this newsprint. I can tell you I can see more of that in my future. I've had that paper forever. I used it a long time ago to design some logos for something I was doing a long time ago. I just stuck it away and didn't use it anymore. I don't know why. Okay, let's trim this off. So that's trimmed up, and then all these little pieces start appearing that you can use. Okay, so I have that one covered on the back, and this is when I love these papers. I really love these papers, but this is when I fall madly in love with them. When I start finding little pieces that I can incorporate together, it just makes me so happy. I don't know even how to describe it. This one here, I just love this piece. I just... So what I'm going to do now is just cover a few more of these, and I'll just do that in quick now that you know the general concept of what I'm doing. And then when I get a few covered, I will come back and we'll put some holes in, and we will either round our corners or leave them and maybe put a little ribbon at the top. We'll just do a tag and some bookmarks today, and then tomorrow we'll go further with our papers and canvas. One thing I love about this is when you glue together and then you cut, you get these little clusters that are automatically done for you. So I've got my tag and my bookmarks covered on both sides, and I've decided which side is the front and which way is facing up and down. I pulled in some scraps from my scrap bin. I think I told you in the video, unless I cut this part out, that I was inspired by these little squares here, but I didn't want to just cut this paper just to get these little squares. I'm going to go through and find something to go on these, or see if anything looks good with these. I may not put anything on it, I don't know. And give it a little pop or something. I've already got one picked out, but the rest of them I have no idea. This one, I really like this piece here, and I'm going to put it on the tag right along the edge right there, and then I'm going to trim it off. I'll do one at a time, and I'll find the piece that inspires me. I'll show you which piece it is, and then I'll apply it, and then when we're done, we'll put ribbons on and we'll close out the video. For this one, I really like the front as it is. I'm not going to touch it, but if you flip it over, it's got a little bit of that rose color that I used. So I have this index card that was a starter card. I cut that little tiny piece out right here where I threw white paint and pink paint on it, and I'm just going to glue it up here, and then it brings out this color down here. So when you turn it over, you don't really expect to see pink, but there it is. I like that. Next one. Love the front. I don't know if I'll touch the front. This is a little index card with no lines that I stamped off some extra paint and stuff on. And I was wondering if I would like the circles inside of the circles on my bookmark. I'm going to cut a few out and see if I like it. That's what it looks like on the front. And although it's cute, I really like the way this looks. So I don't want to mess with this. So I'm going to turn it over and see if I like it on the back anywhere. I actually like that. It almost looks like little lollipop flowers. I think I'll put them on the back here, maybe right in the center like this. Kind of a surprise when you turn it over. So you're looking at this and you think, oh, that's very lovely. And then you turn over and like, wow, I like that. I like that little pop of surprise. On this one, I'm kind of inspired by this index card. This little piece right here, it's a piece of a napkin that's just glued on that I didn't use all of. So I'm gonna cut that out kind of in a half circle. I like it. That's good enough on that one. So this one, I told you I was inspired by those little squares on the wallpaper. So I pulled out this one. It's just a big sheet of yellow deli paper that I did some jelly prints on. I cut out some squares from that paper, but I really like the front of this. It looks like a cave or something. So I turned it over and I thought, well, I like that too, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this here just like this. And you can still see the shapes, but at the same time, there's a little pop of that color. And the reason I like it is because on the front, there's that gold. Okay, so I'm gonna use matte medium to put this down. Okay, so now that one is done. A little pop of color on the back of that. I like it okay, but it's not my favorite, so we might have to fix that. I'm not sure. I'll leave it to the side for a minute. Let's do the next one. Before we go to this one, let's go back to this one. I went to go through my papers for this one, and this is the one that was on top. And I thought, there's yellow in here. Maybe these little circles would look good in those squares. I think I like that better. So I'm going to cut two more out. Okay, I went ahead and glued them on, and I really like that. I think that makes it look really pretty. Has nothing to do with the front, but I still like it. Okay, now we can do this one. I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to touch this one, but I'll tell you what I was thinking. I like these lines, of course, and I was thinking of cutting out a few of those lines and sticking them on here, but I don't really think I need that. I like this the way it is. Then I saw this one and I like the little brick shapes that are like orangey red. Thought that would look good on here. Then this has a little bit of like a silvery color on top of red, and I wondered what that would look like with just a little strip. Let's just see what a pop of red somewhere that looks muted with silver looks like on here. I just don't think this tag needs anything, so we're gonna let it be by itself. I have my crocodile to punch my holes, and I'm going to put in a little grommet, but the tag doesn't need that. And I'm just going to use the sari ribbon that I've got. I showed you the sari ribbon that I bought a few videos back. I'm not sure which one, but one of the videos. So I'm just going to put this color on here. Okay, so we have our tag done. And then this one here, I need to make a hole in the top. And I chose the pink because it's got the little pink shades to it, although it's not really pink. And I'm just going to guess at where to put the hole. Let's go ahead and make a hole for the other one. We'll mark the hole. All right, so we'll put this one back in the pile. This one, I want to put some grommets. I'm going to use this odd color. I never use this color, but I think it'll look good. Just put that in the hole, squeeze the little prongs. And then I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to do the rest of them, but that's how I'm going to do it. So I will be back and show you what they all look like. One thing I didn't address is if I'm going to round the corners, and I think I will round the bottom corners. This is a Crocodile corner chomper, and it's got a 1/4 inch side and a 1/2 inch side. I'm going to use the 1/2 inch side, round the end like that, and I'll leave the top the way it is. Okay, so I'm going to do the rest of those. Okay, I rounded all the bottoms except the tag. I didn't round the tag. So here's a close-up. I didn't do the back of the tag. I could do more to these if I wanted to. I could bring in pencil and all that stuff, but I think that I'm gonna leave them. I really, really, really enjoyed working with this paper. I liked creating it, but it's more fun working with it. I love the paper even more now that I've torn it up and I've been using it. So tomorrow I will probably play with this paper again and probably do it on the papers that I have taped off that I showed you at the beginning of the video. Maybe the canvas, I don't know, probably can't do that all in one day, so I'll just pick one and work on that. I decided not to use this. I was going to put it back on the tag. I was just gonna glue it down, but I've decided not to. I will see you tomorrow for day 62. Thanks for being here, I appreciate it. Talk to you later, bye-bye.